Welcome back, L127 here. So, returning to our Journey to Cake playthrough series of Infinitode 2. So, this part is going to be a short one. So, in the previous part, we have completed the story, and at this point, that we will need quite a bit of grinding to get things to work. Well, a bit of grinding, but not too much. So enough to just carry us to be able to get the key items that we need, including unlocking the crusher, uh, enough stuff to be able to allow us to do the quest reset. And I happen just to hit level 3.2. It's the daily loot. The problem though is I probably going to need to have some upgrades on my basic tower for this. Just get some basic towers, I guess, for now. It's probably not going to be a very easy one, though. We need to do 290k. It's going to take some time, but I guess this will be how we're going to do it then. It's going to take a while, but yeah. I will try to quickly get this done, and I guess we can then continue to do the soul level that I want to put focus on in this part before I go to do the grinding session, which I most likely going to go without voice commentary for this, because it's rather boring for this part, and I want to just be able to do it without much of the voice interference, to just kind of get this because they are the boring parts. I don't really know what I could really say for the grinding sessions. But we do need to raise basic for later quest. We will need to raise other towers as well along the way to be able to do this. But our goal is to get through this daily loot, and then we are going to go through Final B1, and then I will close this up and head to the non-commentary section of the playthrough. It's going to take a while for this basic quest to be completed because my basic tower isn't upgraded. I just took some upgrades for that, but slowly that goes. But it needs some resources to be raised better. Another thing is I probably need some scout. I'm going to take it. So we can unlock 6.1 at one point. Though it's not so urgent need for us to unlock 6.1. But we need to do that in order to progress. But it's not really that of an urgent thing to do, because we have a lot of things to be able to actually get to the crusher. The crusher, so we can easily complete the part where we need to try to get the additional quest slots from the prestige tree, because it involves selling maps, and crusher is very good for map selling, so we'll consider that before we head towards the actual quest session to do the cake roll. But I can rest easy about the story part for now, because stage 5 is kinda annoying and it's kinda tricky to deal with. at least we were able to do it. It's not like we stuck on stage 5, but you know, it's always a tricky side for that. Anyways, we're going to just end this quick for the daily loot. So what I could do, a lot of resource needed. I don't have Infill. This takes matrix. I guess I can take it. One more level. Yeah, one more level. I don't have money. Anyways, Fight.B1 is going to be the main part for this for this part. After finishing Fight.B1, I guess we can kind of leave it. Let's see how we're gonna do this. That armor, the modern defense. So Fight.B1 has a special core that gives the enemies walk on platforms. And we want to actually get that enemies walk on platforms as soon as possible, so we can get to a more preferred kind of pathing for the enemies to walk through. So I will take that. But first I need to set up all the things to actually make this. But yeah, we're going to take this immediately. So enemy gets to the choke point faster, but we can get this more efficiently. And we also need a flamethrower for making it. I will raise it for 1 level each, I guess. Now I'm gonna get some bounties set up. It does contribute to quests, and we want to take the bonus levels if possible, because the bonus levels give quite a bit for our efforts. Fast comes from that side. Not very nice, I guess. One more multi-shot for this on the speed tile. There is a boss in this level, so I need to take care of that. Just not like die to the boss, because the boss is not very nice, and I may not even be able to get the third bounty because when we are dealing with a boss though, and there's still like quite a bit of waves, I may be able to do that. But I'm not really sure if it's worth taking this third bounty for this. We do need to raise our snipers for this next part, as the constructor tends to be quite tough, have a lot of health to deal with. Not gonna be the greatest deal for this, and the air enemies. I'm gonna raise damage for sniper, just to help it out, and I will be using heavy weapons. Prepare for 41, the boss level, the wave, boss wave, just to make sure that it we don't screw this up. It's coming. Going to also waste this. Okay, the boss coming up. 116 1000 health is considered quite tough. Also, the enemies. I'm gonna waste the sniper. Hopefully, to be able to beat this boss. Otherwise, we're going to have into issues. And it's going to be spawning because it spawned on the left portal. I think there's a mechanic to this, but yeah, it spawned on the left portal, which also makes going to take the portal that spawns these kind of enemies. But yeah, that's the constructor. Now I need to put the miners. Now I can kind of remove the bounties because, you know, I just broke all my money. I guess we don't really need to worry. We shouldn't need to worry about this, though. You know, this can still be bad. Anti-air system for this, so we can deal with these air enemies more efficiently. We can go with a maybe attack speed for this. And then we can also raise a bit more attack speed from this node. And that's pretty much all the node we need to take for this level. Others are not very useful, so yeah. You can just ignore that for now. I'm going to have to sacrifice some attack speed from that mutation for that. For the flamethrower upgrade. Also improve it. There's some things like this. You can also improve maybe this venom damage. I mean, my modifier are not that strong, but I guess it kind of helps, so I will use that. Still don't have enough for it. Would like to do that though. We'll close all of the search here. To kind of increase our freezes range to help. I don't think that would help much. Also, that's the last area. fast area still from. Well, I think that's the last wave for fast. So let's upgrade this, I guess, next. Almost there. We're almost done. This one also have a relatively challenging score quest to do. It is 260,000, though not as intense as the one you're going to encounter for the B1, the 280k one. But you still need to put some effort to be able to get this through. And this is the last wave with the radios and heals. Okay, so let's fight up B1. So yeah, onwards it's going to be some grinding session to be able to get some technologies I would like to go for to start out stage 6 content, as well preparing for quest resetting, because we're still quite far for actually be able to resetting quests. It will be about 140, so it's a long way. Even going through all of these levels, story levels, at least once, that we are not even halfway, so it's going to be some time spent on these. And obviously, stage 8 is not in our current vision, because it's very far beyond our current capabilities, so we'll leave that for now. So yeah, that's going to be this part, this short part that I put so I can start focusing on the grinding session that is going to go without commentary. So yeah, if you want to follow the series, consider subscribing and turn on the notifications, and I will see you in the next part. Thanks for watching.